Chapter 2, Mishnah 2. The previous Mishnah taught that certain interruptions are permitted between the paragraphs. The following Mishnah explains what this means. We now go to the words of the Mishnah. These places are considered between the paragraphs, between the first blessing before the Shema and the second blessing, between the second blessing and Shema, i.e., the first passage of the Shema, which begins with the word Shema, between Shema and V'haya'im Shamoa, i.e., the second passage of the Shema, which begins with the words V'haya'im Shamoa, between V'haya'im Shamoa and Vayomer, i.e., the third passage of the Shema, which begins with the word Vayomer, and between Vayomer and Emes Ve'atziv, i.e., the blessing recited after the morning Shema, which begins with the words Emet Ve'atziv. Each of the blessings and each passage of the Shema is a separate unit, and the gaps between any of these sections is between the paragraphs. The next Tana disagrees on one point. Rabbi Yehuda says, between Vayomer and Emes Ve'atziv, one may not interrupt at all, because the final words of Vayomer, Ani Hashem Elokeichem, must be said together with the word Emet at the beginning of Emet Ve'atziv. Having listed the three passages of the Shema, the Mishnah explains why they were arranged in this particular order. Rabbi Yoshua ben Korach said, "Why does Shema come before Vayahayim Shemoah? This order was intended purely to let one first accept upon himself the yoke of God's kingship by declaring, 'Hear, O Israel, Hashem is our God, Hashem is one,' the first verse of the Shema, and then accept upon himself the yoke of the mitzvahs by saying, 'And it will be that if you listen to my commandments,' etc., the first verse of Vayahayim Shemoah. Only one who views himself as a subject of the king will obey his commandments. And why does Vayahayim Shemoah come before Vayomer? Because Vayahayim Shemoah applies during the day and during the night. That is, the mitzvah of studying Torah, which is mentioned in Vayahayim Shemoah, is obligatory both by day and by night, whereas Vayomer applies only by day. That is, the mitzvah of Tzitzi, which is the main subject of Vayomer, applies only during the day.